featuring four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal, Rhul, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal, Rhul. That guy over there, D-Mac, Darren McCarty. We have Sam Flannel. We have Spencer Raxter. This show will cook. The bottom line, the final word is that this show today will cook, D-Mac. I know it's a Wednesday, and Wednesday typically are your hump day, and you might be struggling for something. It's the week of the Super Bowl. I get it. This show will cook, D-Mac.
No, well, we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, excitement coming in, culminating this weekend, obviously, with the Super Bowl. But there's a lot of things going on. Still in the Detroit sports, obviously, downtown last night. I was in the building, even though, Neal, I want you to know, Oak Island's getting really good, so it couldn't keep me away. So I was double dipping, watching the game and watching Oak Island at the same time. Yeah, that's D-Mac. But, you know, you saw everything, and anybody who watched that game last night, I'm talking about the Red Wings, Edmonton Oilers, Connor McDavid, live, or in Memorex, as I used to say, on tape, is the real deal. I think that what you saw last night is still the Detroit, the difference between the team that's trying to make it to the next level with the top guys and a team that doesn't have that secondary scoring. We can break down the numbers and the 0 for 5 on the power play and stuff like this, but what you saw last night is two teams in two different situations. One that's trying to get to the playoffs and the other one that's trying to win a cup.
Yeah, absolutely. I have noticed around town in the media circles the Dylan Larkin debate grows stronger. So, you know, we'll dip our toe in the water again on it. We will. I know there's no, quote, new development or anything like that. But I have some thoughts as I look around the market. So, you know, we will certainly touch on that. Eazy from the heavyweights will be here, 11:42. He's in the building right now. It's time to put some of his nonsense to bed, where he worships made-up numbers and the convenience of a selected year and all that kind of stuff. We'll talk reality with Eazy.
I thought he was coming in to sign that mortgage.
No, well, and yeah, I'll get his John Hancock on the dotted line for that great mortgage deal, because it's such a low cap hit the first year. I'm sure that he'll go for it. No, but Darren, sometimes when you have a friend and you see your friend has gone astray, sometimes you have to have the uncomfortable conversation. Sometimes you have to step up and assume a role of leadership. Sometimes you have to get them back on the right path. Eazy has gone astray. I'm his friend. Spencer's his friend. Yeah. We're all his friend.
Yeah, but Neal, let me advise you this. This is something in recovery that sometimes this human being might not have the mental capacity to grasp. Because that's what I see. I watch this conversation for the past months and months and months go back and forth into arguments on days and back and forth, and it's like you're talking to a wall most of the time. So it'll be interesting I think a face-to-face is warranted. That's why I'm here, for the accountability aspect of it. But it seems like all the stuff that you've taught me, right, of the draft capital, salary cap, all this, I listen. To me, it doesn't seem like the young man listens. So hopefully today, because I don't understand what he's saying, right? You speak English to me. He's speaking Chinese or some other language that I don't understand when he's trying to get his point across. So hopefully here live on Big D Energy today, everybody will know exactly both sides that you stand on.
Absolutely. LeBron James has become the NBA's all-time scoring leader. I have some thoughts on that as well. And it was funny to me because I sent out a social media post for the LeBron gets all the calls crowd. Just a picture of Kareem, quote-unquote, fouling Bill Laimbeer. You know what I'm saying? And
Rules
it was
changed.
Egregious.
That wasn't a foul back in the day.
Yeah, you know, it was egregious. And I was surprised by the pushback I got for non-basketball reasons.
Yeah, and isn't that always the case?
I have some deeper thoughts on it, and, you know, we'll discuss it a little bit. We will.
Because what do you want to say? What do you want to really say about what has happened?
Just come out and say what you want to say.
When LeBron James broke, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's most points record in the NBA. One of those records that immediately I thought Cal Ripken Jr. breaking Joe DiMaggio's consecutive game streak in baseball, right? That's exactly what I thought about these things that were never, ever supposed to happen. Well, you know what, Neal? You know what the next one to go down is? The record that wasn't supposed to happen, Wayne Gretzky's goals being broken by Alexander Ovechkin. So
A Russian?
when they say records are made to be broken, I guess we're seeing it right here.
You mean a Russian's going to break Wayne Gretzky's record?
He absolutely will. Oh, is
I
that
wonder what Don
we're
Cherry's going to say. That fossil.
He's still around?
Last I heard.
I haven't heard. There's another issue. But to your point, isn't that where we go? Right? I don't get it. I'm not a big LeBron fan. I'm a fan of the professionalism, but I'm not a fan of the look at me and all this stuff. But even saying that, what can you say? The guy's done it the right way. Right? The right way. You might not agree with it, so that's why people always go to personal attacks on anybody else. Professionally, what else would you want?
Right, and we will touch on that. Tammy Chin says, "Ha ha ha, Neal. Oh, be nice to grapes." Sorry, Tammy, not a guy on my list to be nice to. We'll just say that.
Well, that's because you ever since his Sergei Fedorov slander back in whatever.
Not here for it.
You're not
here for it. Nick Lidstrom slander.
Yeah, there you go.
And he slandered them all the greats. So I don't understand how he still has fans in this town, because he basically spoke out against everybody that made us great.
Well, I love the when you watch Unrivaled or you watch Russia 5 and they're showing the year that we lost about Don Cherry up there on his podium telling us that we're so soft and we'll never win with Russians and you knew this was going to happen.
Too many Euros.
All this other stuff. And then the next year when we do it, the tune absolutely changes. So be consistent. That's all, no matter who you are.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Make sure you tap into that. Make sure you get your thoughts out there. One of the big topics right now, and this comes from Mike G. D-Mac's shades are so rock star, he looks like Bono.
You know what? I got a couple Bono things, and I appreciate that. Shout out to MJ Diamonds and Tony over there in Dearborn or wherever you can go. But you know what it is? Been watching a lot of NFL Live. Marcus Spears. He's always rocking the glasses. So I just want you to know, matches the watch face. So, hey, Mike, you know what? Future's so bright, buddy. I had to put him on.
You know what? You know what's funny about that, too? You talk about Marcus Spears and the NFL Live crew. Our strength coach at Oakland, He had this request. I'm going to do it the next home game. I'm going to do the sport jacket with the hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm busting it out next game.
Oh, big time.
Maybe I'll do it
on the road or home?
At the next home game.
Next home game, right.
Maybe I'll do it for the Detroit game on TV 20. We'll get everybody to tap in and check out the sport coat with the hoodie.
I like it. I like it. Well, hey, maybe chat thread. Do they like the shades or do they not like the shades? Spenny?
Yeah,
there we go.
Shades.
Give me what they say. And I think that, Bono, Mike, you must have been at Freddy's on Friday watching Grindr, but I appreciate that. Oh, you meant the shades. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any Bono reference, I'll take.
Yeah.
Legend kill Bono, Sam. I dare you.
I'm not a big U2 fan, but that's okay. I'm not.
Do you like Bono? Do you like U2?
Nah, they have some good songs.
You know what?
I don't feel that
like
strongly
you.
about it. They got some good songs. I like their early '80s stuff before they kind of the Joshua Tree though. That album sucks.
This kid's got no line.
The thing that I didn't like about Bono was when Apple Music forced everybody to listen to their new album and just downloaded it right to your iPhone or iPad. I didn't like that, but I'm a Bono guy. I like Bono.
Sam, U2's a little overrated.
Yeah.
Not to the level that the Beatles are overrated.
The Beatles are the greatest band that has ever existed. I will never take the Beatles slander. They're the greatest band ever, and it's not even
Don't
close.
make me go
Behind
through
Led
this.
Zeppelin.
Why are we even putting the Beatles and U2 even in the same, they're not the same band.
Yeah.
And you know what? Are you a Dave Matthews fan?
Sure, I can put on a leather wristband with the best of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. No, I mean, you're not. But
I don't mind them.
But
I
what
don't
I'm
mind
saying,
them. I'd go to a concert.
Tread lightly.
I'd go
on
to a
your
concert.
U2. Dive in on your Dave Matthews. Dive in on your Beatles.
Yeah.
Even though you're wrong.
Sam Flannel, this is my one-sentence Beatles disposition. Okay, here it is. Do you think Yellow Submarine's a good song?
Nope.
Huh?
That's their worst song ever. But every other song.
Then why does
is
it have like 750 million views on YouTube if it sucks so bad? Because you people love it. You Beatles people love it. You say it's great.
It's simple. It bases off of that.
It's trash.
Yellow Submarine is irrelevant when it comes to the Beatles.
No, it's not.
Rubber
because
Soul,
that's my
Revolver,
problem with it.
Peppers,
all of
Help.
you people that elevate Yellow Submarine, you know it's trash.
It is
You're
trash.
doing it just to do it.
They have hundreds of other great songs, though. That's the thing. Nobody
But the
gives a shit
fact that
about
you guys
Yellow
all
Submarine.
run to Yellow Submarine when it's one of the worst songs of all time, and then talk about, well, it's the Beatles. No,
like a
you
nursery
can't
rhyme
have
for
it
the
both
Beatles.
ways.
That's no reason
It's
to
trash.
dislike a whole
And
band.
it drags down the rest of their catalog. I'm
No,
sorry,
it doesn't
does.
drag down the rest of
One
their.
love.
It's their one.
One
Sorry.
laugh.
It's the 2011
One
finals on LeBron
and
James's
night.
GOAT resume. That's
No.
what that is.
Sorry.
Can we all just
Jake
get along,
Wegener.
Spenny?
I know.
Jake
right? Everybody
Wegener.
love
See, the most
everybody.
popular Beatles songs are often mid. Exactly.
It's a different sound.
Oh yeah, here we go. Give it, come on,
It's
give it
the
to me, guys.
basis. It's where
give it to
everything
me,
comes
guys.
from.
You don't
you
understand
add
the
to
art
it.
of it.
I mean, they're like, I will give you that a lot of their songs are pretty simple.
Pretty mid.
Like,
Hey, you know what? Hey, but
Just use the words
from
you
all
wanna
the-
use, Spenny.
All the non-musicians in the room, we
I like
will
the
take it
Beatles,
into
though.
account about your feelings.
Yeah.
They don't matter.
Zeppelin's
Like what
better
you
than
like,
the Beatles.
anyways.
Zeppelin's better than the Beatles.
Zeppelin's top 5. Beatles are 1.
Zeppelin's number 1.
No.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. You just can't celebrate Yellow Sun, and you can't say that you disown it either because everybody loves
Yeah,
it.
but why can't you celebrate it? Because on your fact about pay to play, 7.5 billion views or whatever like that, the people have spoken.
No, but they don't do it because it's good. You can't say that that's a good song.
It doesn't
You
matter
can't.
if it's good or not, Neil. Wrestling, give me a reaction, positively or negatively. 7.5 billion views tells me they wrote
it's not
something.
even that though, D-Mac. They don't
Disagree.
listen to it because they like it. They don't not listen to it because they don't like. It's not a wrestling thing. It's not. They do it just from the standpoint of it's the Beatles, so I have to listen to it out of obligation, and I have to think it's great because I like the Beatles.
So where did that come from? Passed down, right? Passed down. Whoever made you think that you have to listen to the Beatles? Who told you that? That's what I'm saying. So whatever vortex.
Well, whenever I say a song that they have is trash, look at the pushback I get.
Because
Yellow
that's-
Submarine's trash.
so that's-
D-Mac, is Yellow Submarine trash?
No, it's like a
D-Mac.
Beatles nursery rhyme. It's very simple. Every Beatles song is freaking simple, and it bases off it. If music mostly comes from the Beatles and Zeppelin or whatever, which way you want to go. But it's very mundane. The Beatles, you're not looking for layers and layers and layers and all
But
this
you
stuff.
are.
It's very moot.
That's just
it's a
narrative.
starting point.
Revolver,
So,
Rubber Soul,
I take
Sgt.
Yellow
Pepper,
Submarine for what it is.
White Album, Abbey Road.
Say that again, Sam Flannel.
Rubber Soul, Revolver, Sgt. Pepper's White Album, Abbey Road. That's some of the greatest music ever made.
Eleanor Rigby's a great song.
Eleanor Rigby is a great song. Yellow
Okay.
Submarine is irrelevant in the Beatles catalog. It doesn't
Okay,
do
yeah.
anything.
You don't get it.
Oh, and by the way, I think Adam Morency, I like Adam Morency, he's a great dude. He should get kicked out of the chat for what he said. He said that he enjoys ABBA and Journey over the Beatles. Get out of the chat, Adam Morency.
Yeah, because you can't speak out.
You're my
can't
friend.
speak out against the Beatles.
But
can't
ABBA
do
and
it.
Journey, you're my
Cannot
friend,
like
Adam.
the Beatles because Yellow Submarine's great.
It's kind of disrespectful.
Hey,
ABBA and Journey.
I heard that Paul McCartney's
My-
really not Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Oh, he died.
He died. Fake Paul. I subscribe to that.
Oh,
All right, where were we?
we're back on track. It's like tomorrow and Friday's show,
Yeah,
boys
yeah.
and girls.
We're-
Pontoon's coming out
Pontoon's
tomorrow.
coming out.
Old Uncle Neil's got to get in that private plane, fly across the world.
Chuck Brewer says, Neil, American girls love the British accent, which is fair. I dig a good British accent. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
It was the boys, not the music, in my opinion. And that's fair. Then admit that they're a media creation and move on. A lot like Kobe Bryant compared to LeBron James,
Well,
right, Sam Flannel?
that's actually true. Kobe Bryant is a media creation, but not the Beatles. The Beatles are the greatest band of all time by every single metric. Ask like real music people and not people just wanting to go against me
did
in
the
the chat.
Beatles ever win a Game 7 against the Celtics by going 6 for 24 from the floor?
No, they did not.
No?
But Kobe did.
Kobe did that.
Oh, 6 from 3.
No Kobe slander allowed.
Yeah, I will slander Kobe.
I feel like we're all on edge right now. Like
Yeah.
this could go one of two ways.
No Kobe slander.
I'm waiting for somebody to slander Kobe right here in a minute because that can't happen.
No Kobe slander.
Right? What do you think? Do you still think, though, like, for whatever else, Lakers fans, who's the greatest Laker? Kobe still wins that, doesn't he?
Magic.
No.
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
No way. No way.
No?
No way.
He's not. People wouldn't vote that?
People would, for
uninformed people that think going 6 for 24 in a game 7's great means
Shaq called him
greatness.
the
Yeah.
greatest Laker.
One game. It's a team game.
Yeah. So, that's what it is.
Shaq a better Laker?
Shaq calls
Yes.
Kobe the greatest Laker.
Shaq is a better Laker. He was the
Okay,
best.
I'm just saying. There's the arguments you want. But LeBron's better than all of them?
Yes.
Yes.
Laker? No.
No, not as a
Not
Laker, as a
no.
player.
As a
Laker,
player,
no.
Yes.
So who's the greatest Laker in your opinion?
Magic.
Magic.
Magic
okay.
made the Lakers franchise.
No, I understand. I get it, but I mean, but a lot of people don't know Magic, right? Or go back to revisionist history, Neal. So I'm just saying there's your. So you said Kobe's the Beatles? Is that what you said? Kobe's the Beatles of the Lakers?
No.
Oh.
Kobe's better than the Beatles were.
Oh, stop it.
Kobe's better than the Beatles
I
were.
didn't know.
Your only
I'll
argument
say
is
that.
Yellow
Wondering what I
Submarine. You're
heard. There's a
insane,
little
Neal.
static.
You're insane.
But hey,
Sure.
we're debating greatness. There is no debate when it comes to a big project.
No,
There's
it
not.
doesn't, because we know at Alta they get it done. Uptime matters. Alta Rent has everything you need to get the job done. You got a bog project coming up, Alta Rent. They got you covered. Give them a call today, 844. Go to Alta. That's 844. Go to Alta.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say. Come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th, from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party. Well, our super party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars to choose from. So go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Wow, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Tons of reaction coming in, really to everything. Chuck Brewer says Kobe and Shaq must be mid. They lost to a terrible player like Ben Wallace, right, Sam Flannel?
No, they're not mid. I got Shaq 10 on my all-time list and Kobe 12. All-time great players, just Kobe's overrated. That's it.
Yeah, and you and I think in comparison to like the LeBrons and the Jordans, I think he is overrated. I'm with you on that. In those waters.
Yes, he's an all-time great player, but you got people saying he's top 3, 1 even.
Yeah, that's foolish. That's foolery.
So you compare Kobe's the level down to where like a Larkin being a 2C compared to the LeBrons and the Jordans and the Magics and stuff.
No, I wouldn't put him down that far.
No, he's still a 1.
He's still a 1. He's just, not everybody can be the great
on the
ones.
mountaintop.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't be on my Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
If you were doing
Top
an NBA
10?
Mount Rushmore.
Top.
Yeah.
Like
in that-
where like between 7 and 12 is your top.
Yeah, like
players all
with the
time?
Bill Russells and things like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying.
Like somewhere around there.
Tim Duncan, I think, is a
And
fair
then your
comp.
Beatles just don't even make the top 100.
Yeah, they're like 350.
Jesus Christ.
Perfect. Now we
No,
know.
I'm kidding. Their contribution to music can't be ignored. However, I am in the Mike G camp that they were, but this is a lot of music where they were kind of a media creation. Like I'm talking
commercial
about
for sure.
Yeah,
Commercialized.
like for me, and you would say, well, who do you value? And I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. Who do you value? But I think it's relevant to the discussion. I think Elvis is one of the all-time greats based on a genre of music that he brought in. I think Michael Jackson is one of the all-time great entertainers. Sorry, Sam
They're
Flannel.
not better than the Beatles. They're rock and roll Hall of Famers, but they're not better than the
No,
Beatles.
Michael far more influential.
Michael Jackson's better than the
Oh,
Beatles.
stop it. Michael Jackson had 3 great albums. That's it. He's been trashed since 87.
No, Sam Flannel. See,
God,
like,
dude.
come on. If
I
you want
think
to,
when you're talking Michael Jackson too, you have to take in the Jackson 5 and what he did at a young age and how he transcended sort of music into what being the biggest pop star in the world.
no, and here's the deal too. You want to talk about like cultural impact and things like that, and yes, things turned out the way they turned out with Michael Jackson, but you have to keep in context too. I would say he's probably the first black entertainer to have posters up in white kids' bedrooms. Like, and that means something to me, Sam Flannel. It does.
He's an all-time great entertainer. He's just not the Beatles, in my opinion. I think it's fact, but hey. And Elvis, he didn't even write his own songs. Elvis is overrated. Come on.
One of the all-time great performers and switched a genre of music too.
Hound Dog blows. You want to talk about like Yellow Submarine as trash, Hound Dog as trash, like Blue Crisp, that's all trash. He didn't even write those songs.
You know what?
Dude,
That's
that's
such a
a
tired
classic,
argument too. He didn't write his own. You know how many people didn't write their songs that everybody thinks that they're great?
Oh, but the Beatles did. Lennon McCartney, baby. Lennon McCartney and George Harrison. He's a top 10 songwriter too.
George Harrison's the man. Most underrated Beatle for sure.
Sure.
Now that's fair. I would get with you on that. That's fair.
He had the best solo career.
That is true. So there you go.
I'd say John Lennon, but we're splitting hairs.
Oh, I wanted to run this by D-Mac. Like, just real quick. Did you see that Derek Carr is like taking a meeting with the Saints, even though he's under contract with the Raiders?
Yeah, but I saw, didn't they allow it or something?
Yeah, they allowed it. What's your take on that, D-Mac?
Well, are we not 100% sure that Derek Carr is going to not be a Vegas Raider? Like, why would you stop him from going anywhere? I have no problem with it. I mean, it's shop around time. I would let him talk to anywhere. And if he's going to do the due diligence himself, right? If he's going to go work himself into a trade and come back and go, hey, these guys I think want something to do, I like it. Vegas doesn't have to do the work. I mean, they're pretty much done with them. Like, we agree with that, right?
Yeah.
They're done. So what do they care?
And you know what I'll say too?
He's out there doing his own work. He's being his own agent.
And to wrap this around to like the Lions thing, good luck, Raiders. You're jettisoning your quarterback. Good luck. Let me know how it works out for you. Let me know.
Right? And not just jettison, somebody on the trash heap. I mean, Derek Carr, which, arguably, like, he's 15 to 20, like the halfway point, maybe less than half, production-wise. But I still think there's something there. I still think that if he goes to the right place, that there's something there. So I don't know. Do you think the Saints would be somewhere that he could end up? Or
it could work because, like, what Stephen Baffey...
Doesn't it matter on this note? Don't we have to wait till Aaron Rodgers gets back from his darkness retreat to figure out that, like, but
we're going to talk about that in 4 minutes.
Doesn't Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers' decision don't you expect that to fall first before the rest of the quarterbacks go? Or do you think like a Derek Carr would go somewhere else?
We're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers in 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
4 minutes? 4 days for 4 minutes? You're giving him 4 minutes, a minute a day that he's going into the darkness.
I have some thoughts
Darkness.
that I want to get
can't wait.
out there.
Guess what? Super Bowl week, makeshift Aaron Rodgers stuff from Neal Rhul. I love it.
No, but I thought that was interesting that he's got to go broker his own deals. Like, come on, man.
Right, and it's not. But Neal, to me, the thing that I guess would raise the red flag more than anything, it's the fact that it's Derek Carr, and a guy that's been in this league, has tenure in this league, is looked at as a decent quarterback, as sort of, obviously a Pro Bowler just there, but has been to the Pro Bowl and been a guy, and he's out there doing his own business. Does that tell you a little bit more of the ineptitude of the Raiders organization because they're not doing anything? So what are they just doing there? Not making phone calls, just sitting there with this guy on?
Go figure this out.
Does that not make it? That's the way it sounds, right? So he's like, you guys aren't doing anything. Do you mind if I get out here and try to peddle my wares? That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Door-to-door salesman, Derek Carr. Here we go.
That's like what the Hawks asked John Collins to do. Do you hear about that?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, we couldn't find a trade partner for you, so they told him and his agent to go find trades for himself.
Broker your own deal.
Yeah, that is wild.
Well, it is wild to me. It's pretty funny. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jack Harrington says Prince greater than Elvis, and
Yes.
you know what?
Yes.
For
Yes.
the music crowd, and Prince is on my list too of all time greats. If you want like organic music stuff, Duke could play like every instrument ever invented.
Prince is goated.
Yeah, 100% he is.
Yeah.
100%. And he's got it all too, right? Like the marketing, he had that moment in the Super Bowl when it was raining, doing Purple Rain. Like you couldn't plan that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a God shot.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a God shot.
And yes, Prince is up there with
And
me.
he's great at basketball.
Game blouses.
Game blouses.
Honestly, the greatest thing about Prince to me is he can just like roll out of bed when he wants to and be a top 5 guitar player of all time and then put it away for a year and then do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's unbelievable.
he is. He
We
is
agree on
unbelievable.
Lake Minnetonka.
Take me with you.
You know what? I was worried when this went off. And guys, this wasn't planned. Like this was never going to be on the books here. This
Blame it on Bono.
Yeah, blame it on Bono. Blame it on D-Mac Shades. 88% of you, by the way, said that the Shades are fire. Now that we've wasted all this time talking about music and Bono, do you still think they're fire? Because I don't. The glasses are great.
Yeah.
What became of the glasses was not great, D-Mac. Is that fair? Can we
Well,
move
you
on?
know what? You got some really, really poor opinions, but I'm used to it around here.
I think they're fired, D-Mac.
Get used to it, Spanny. You know how it is. I see who you work with every night.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon Cat says, Carr makes no one else better. He's completely dependent on the team around him. Yes, but if he does go to the Saints, boom, he's the best quarterback in that division.
Yep.
By a mile.
Factual.
Yeah.
Factual.
And if he goes to the Saints, they're probably a favorite to win the division.
They have a good... I mean, the only reason they didn't win the division last year is because Jameis Winston got hurt and Andy Dalton was mid. That's the only reason.
The Red Rifle.
Yeah. So if Derek Carr goes there, I think they're a 10-win team, 100%.
See, Brandon Katz has that opinion on the fact that he believes that Derek Carr is the issue, where I believe that Josh McDaniel is more of the issue.
Well,
I
Raiders
agree
in
Derek
general.
Carr is a guy that is more of a Jared Goff that you need to put weapons around him to make him better, but I think he's more of a Goff guy. What we saw, I expect more, and maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's sitting one of these guys that you're sitting on expectation highway and he never shows up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and that's fair. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Mike G. Sorry, boys, the D-Mac Bono comment got us going. Yeah, you know what? Let's blame Mike G for this.
Way to go, Mike.
Yeah.
Again.
Nice.
Principal's office. Again.
Yeah, nice
the regular
effort, Mike.
chair.
Thanks,
We're used
Mike.
to it.
Appreciate you, Mike.
We'll reset, though. Neal's a pro.
Yeah, we will. Hey, the Sports Marketing Agency, they help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It's about addressing the stigma associated with seeking help for mental issues. If you're struggling, go to thesportsma.com. If you know someone that's struggling, thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency, they're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Neal Rhul here for Bedrock Detroit. Downtown Detroit's all decked out all winter long with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has the stuff for the kids, right? The giant slide, the winter bumper cars, and indoor arcade. They also have the stuff for the adults. You can grab drinks at the Lodge before Red Wings games, after Pistons games. Whatever you're downtown for, you can pull up on Bedrock's Detroit Midway, Monroe Street Midway, excuse me. You can shop, eat, and play downtown anytime. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com for more information in the Monroe Street Midway. .com. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. The band is back together. Terry Foster and D-Mac, right? Thursday and Friday?
Yeah, Thursday and Friday. T-Foss legend.
T-Foss legend. He will be in the house. I'm going to the airport after here. Golden Grizzlies travel at Green Bay, at Milwaukee. So final regular season road trip of the year. We almost did it, D-Mac. We almost made it.
Almost made it, but more importantly, where's that bourbon coming from? Right? You're going to give us an update?
We'll find it. We'll find it.
Give us the Twitter. Stay tuned. Follow it at Neal Rhul on Twitter for the update tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex Shea says, I'm here. Tapping in. Neal got me right. Got me so right. By the way, you're welcome.
Yep.
All of you are welcome.
You on that one, Spenny?
Oh, yeah.
I had conviction. Because, like, look, again, D-Mac, it goes back to it where the conditions have to be right.
Well, if you pulled it out, and I saw you pulled it out yesterday, that got me intrigued, where I had to look and see what the line was last night, even before the tweet came out this morning. Somebody got healthy real good. But the fact is that you don't, from being here, working with you for a couple of years and, you know, being friends for longer than that, and knowing is that middle week step out like that means that you got your finger on the pulse of the conditions no matter what. And I'm proud of you because everybody thought you could only perform in the WAC.
Right.
No,
Sometimes,
you're a universal kid.
Yeah.
I took it right home.
The levity of the situation got your attention.
Levity.
Yep, and that's good. That means that it's not lost on you nor the people, because again, that opportunity won't present itself every time. I can't just blindly go back to it the next time. No, foul trouble the game before at home. Next home game, he ain't gonna be in foul trouble. Izzo will blow a gasket if Hogarth was in foul trouble.
Isn't it a beauty though when you watching a game and it's the way that you thought and you called it out and you sort of game planned it, especially with the way that when you bet it, right? Whether it's prop betting it or whether it's okay, I think they're going to get up early, but you know what? This is a second half team, or this team's getting in foul trouble if it's basketball, or you know this team's a fourth quarter team and stuff like that. It's the greatest thing. That's what makes sports so engaging.
No.
And especially now, right? Especially now, which. Did you see the sidetrack? Did you see the number of what's expected to be bet on this Super Bowl?
People are looking to get right. Yeah,
but that's
absolutely.
what I'm saying, which makes sense with the way that everything is in our country and with the betting and the apps and all this stuff. Like this is second nature, right? This is second nature. I think that's one thing. You know what, Spenny? I think that one thing, especially like for Friday. Sorry, I'm doing a little show prep while you're sitting here, Neal. Let's get the prop bets going.
All right.
Right? Some of the best prop bets, they're talking about it because there's so many. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what Super Bowl time is. You don't even have to watch the game to know the Gatorade color,
like
the heads and tails. How long's the anthem going?
What's the first commercial?
Oh, we got any tape on them singing the anthem anywhere? They were 147.
Who's singing it?
I forget. It's a country singer, and
country singers always go over.
He's known to go along.
Yeah, country singers always. But remember, that's baked into the price.
Yeah.
Just
Baked
remember,
into
like
the price, exactly, like the Michigan hometown. tax.
Guys, like there's certain certainties, I guess you could say. Who is it?
Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
Oh, money. That's
what is it? What is it though? Are they putting it like 218 or something like that? 220?
207, I think.
I'll be sick if it's around there. You guys are gonna think I'm sick. Come on, Spenmo, you're on the spot. Everyone's waiting on you. Whole show, audience waiting on you, Spencer.
202.
202. All right, maybe there's a little bit of value then. Maybe there's a little bit of value.
Alicia
We'll
Keys
see.
went 236 in Super Bowl 47.
Did she?
That's the longest national anthem.
Okay, the time has come. D-Mac, if you would allow me the floor for a moment here.
Floor is yours. 4 for 4. Let's go.
Aaron Rodgers said Tuesday on the Pat McAfee show that he will embark on a 4-day, 4-night darkness retreat soon after the Super Bowl on Sunday. Quote, I've got a pretty cool opportunity to do a little self-reflection in some isolation, Rodgers said. And then after that, I feel like I'll be a lot closer to a final decision. You know what, Aaron Rodgers? Just stay in isolation forever. Enough. And I keep going back to this because it keeps happening all the time. Enough with your darkness retreats and your self-isolation and your peyote trips and your greasy hair and all that. Guess what, Rodgers? You're mid now. I know that you make a big deal about everything and you want everybody to get all worked up and stuff like that. You're pushing 40. It's over, Aaron Rodgers. The Lions broke you. The Lions broke your franchise. Get to stepping. Stay in the isolation. Never come out of that dark house. Hallucinate all you want, because if you think you're going to come back and be great, you're hallucinating permanently. Just admit the fact that the Detroit Lions broke you, and it's over for you, Aaron Rodgers. So, again, do all the darkness retreats you want. Well, see you later, Aaron.
Am I missing something? The whole thing is that I'm going to go into the dark. It's irrelevant. Right, irrelevant what he's gonna do. You might as well said I'm going to Vegas and hookers and blow for 4 days. Right, it's the same sort of thing. Whatever he's gonna do to get right. The conversation, the thing that piqued my interest, and it was brought up by a high-level executive that I respect and go to for information. But isn't this the Packers' decision on what they do with Aaron Rodgers, not the players' decision on I'll decide what I'm gonna do? Now I know his ultimate decision if he says I'm done. I quit, puts them in a bad spot. But if he's looking to continue and to get traded or come back, isn't this really the Green Bay decision? Or Neal, is it really this case with this guy that he holds all the power?
No, but he doesn't hold all the power.
That's what I'm asking. I don't see how. He's telling me he's got all the power. He's telling me he needs to go in the deepest depths of his brain and darkness and tell me all about how he's going to get there because of this decision he's got to make. But it's not his decision to make, is it? Unless the decision he made is if he quits. That's where he
destroys the Packers franchise.
I understand, but that's the only decision that he has in this situation where he has the power. Am I missing something as far as what isn't it that it's Green Bay to say, okay, Aaron, we want to talk about coming back if you decide to, or we want to talk about trading? Isn't it the power into the Green Bay's hands? Or are we sitting here in a flux?
Yeah, it's more that, and that's my problem with all this. That's my problem with it all, because he's going to go on his little darkness retreat and sit in the dark for 4 days in a small house. And then we got to hear about it. And here's the deal: if the Packers do want to trade him, it's not going to happen until after June 1st, because that's the football new year, and then that's when they can that massive signing bonus that will accelerate. They have the ability to chop some of it off into the following year. So that's why if he does get traded, it's not going to happen until after June 1st. So guess what we got to hear about for the next 2 months? Peyote, greasy hair, darkness trips, all of it.
I figured it out, right? It's exactly what we just experienced with the Groundhog and Groundhog Day. Aaron Rodgers, right? 4 days from now will be Groundhog's Day, where he comes out of his little house in the dark and decides, I'm retiring or I'm not retiring. That's the only decision that he goes in. So everybody's waiting to see if he comes out and sees his shadow or not sees his shadow and decides that he's going to play. Because you're absolutely right. There's no trade that's going to go on before free agency, before, do you expect something before the draft? Do you expect something? But I'm just saying, when he comes out of his hut, the decision next week isn't going to be made, right? The only decision that's going to be made is that, okay, I'm going to play
unless he
another
retires.
Year. What?
Unless he retires. That's
it.
the only decision.
That's the only decision if he sees his shadow and runs back in the house and says, I'm done.
When he sees his shadow.
That's what I'm saying, right? Is that not the analogy? So we're waiting 4 days to see if he comes out and says, I'm not doing it anymore. I went to another multiverse and... Am I out of...
Yeah, but that is the problem. If he wants to come back and play, but he doesn't want to play for the Packers, we got to deal with this till June 1st at a minimum.
But isn't he supposed to come back and say that I no longer wanted my services to be in the Packers, or he's not going to say that? He's going to force their hand.
That doesn't allow us to go into a Aaron Rodgers darkness trip where we can sit in a room and not hear about Aaron Rodgers for 4 days or 4 months or 40 years, which is what I want. What is it with this guy, man? Who cares? He's going in a darkness trip and all that. What? Who cares? Based on what?
Neal,
what's he done?
Neal.
He can't beat anybody anymore. He's not a factor. Why does it matter?
Here, I'm going to bring this back home, guys. And trust me, somebody like myself who's done a lot of self-reflection, has been in a lot of deep, dark spaces, has been a lot in his mind. When he goes into that dark spot, what is he going to be thinking? He's going to be thinking at the end of the day, do you think he wants to come back to Green Bay and have to go through those Detroit Lions that he knows in reality is where the division is turning to have to go through? I don't think he wants that fight.
No.
I think in the deep darkness of all
day
the peyote and all this self-reflection is how tough of a mountain. It ain't the Green Bay Packers on the top of the hill with all the weapons and Aaron Rodgers just slinging it, being it like this. It will be a challenge. What challenge does he want? I think the reality of what Detroit presents him in his darkness will have an impact.
And I'm with you, because I don't think he wants any part of being in Green Bay for a multitude of reasons. And the Detroit Lions, yes, the Detroit Lions are one of those reasons. He sees what's going on. He knows. He just felt it. The Lions made Aaron Rodgers feel them twice this year. He knows what the reality is. And guess what? But didn't he go like the last 6 games without multiple touchdowns? It's over. It's OVA. Enough.
I think the biggest thing is watching where you think that he's just a consistent 300-yard passer, touchdowns, this and that, and he can't get back over even the 250 mark. So it's not this. I think that the smoke and mirrors is coming out, but I think honestly, when you self-reflect and you're alone with your thoughts and reality comes in and you don't have to lie to anybody, the Detroit Lions will come in and just tell them that. That I'm sure, because you know what? The division, Aaron Rodgers knows it, is starting to come through Detroit. Just like the haircuts, they come through Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's Haircuts. Come to Lady Jane's for award-winning haircut experience, and yes, still register for an opportunity to win the down payment of your dream home. A lifetime opportunity up to $200,000. Yeah, I said it. $200K. So, how do you do it? You get to Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. You walk in anytime. You register. Why? It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party. Well, our super party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Matrix Home Solutions is your go-to for any home project. Looking for a new man cave? They are the basement remodel experts. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. An A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call 888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Racksta here with you. Just real quick, cleaning this up about Aaron Rodgers. Chuck says, Neal, I don't want to hear about Aaron Rodgers except for a statement made in June about where he'll be next year. But that's my problem with it. You're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about, as D-Mac says, if he sees his shadow after he comes out of his darkness retreat and all that kind of stuff. And we make a big deal about a guy that hasn't had multiple touchdown passes in his last 6 games, got cooked by the Lions a couple of times. Like, we hear a lot about this guy.
Yeah, you hear a lot about it, and you continue because there's no way he's coming out of that 4-day darkness and retiring.
No, absolutely. Well, we promised the people this. He is live in studio. The mega powers collide. That is right. You hear him on the Woodward Heavyweights from 5 to 7 with our guy Spenmo Rax. We want Eazy. We want Eazy. He is Eazy. Eazy, what's going on, man? We got to be civil with each other right now.
We're civil. You're my boy.
Because we won't be in about 3.5 minutes.
Yoko Ono to Spencer's John Lennon.
Absolutely. All right, let's
give Catcher in the Rye, by the way. Catcher in the Rye was the book that made that guy want to kill John Lennon.
At least it was a good reason. Yeah. A book, huh?
That's a good book.
But anyway, Eazy is here in the house, so let's just get right to it, shall we? Here's the deal. Here's the rift. I contend that Jared Goff is on a very team-friendly contract and is a discount to market when you look across the quarterback landscape, which we will discuss coming up in just a couple of seconds. Eazy, in the meantime, thinks that it's an awful contract and that he's a bad quarterback.
Okay.
And he also thinks that when he buys a mortgage, when he signs a mortgage to buy a house, instead of taking a 5% rate over 30 years, he's going to take a 1% rate the first year and then a 12% rate the next 29 years. But it's good because his cap number's low that first year. Is that about sum it up, Eazy?
It's a sick comeback you stole from that guy on Twitter the other day. But no, that's not the case.
It's not? Okay.
This whole argument stems from a statement you made of Jared Goff
is a discount to market.
Discount to market last year on his deal.
No, his deal is a discount to market.
Well, no, the statement you made that what sparked all this was that you said last year he was a discount to market on his deal.
Yes.
Not the case. He was the fourth highest paid quarterback in the league last year.
Except he wasn't.
Except he was, Neal. He was the fourth highest paid quarterback in the league.
No, see, he
There's
wasn't.
this thing called a franchise tag. You know what to do with that? So when a guy does agree to deal with the team can then franchise tag him, and they have to pay him that year. It's an average of the top 5 salaries in the league.
Let me see here.
Hold on,
Easy. No, Easy. I'll let you go. I'll let you go.
All right, Easy. If you're going to be on our show, which is our show, right?
Yeah, I'll let you go.
And then this isn't heavyweights. You can do that stuff on heavyweights if you want to be here. I'm trying to understand. You guys have been going at this, and if I don't understand it, there's people out there that don't understand. So please, if you can keep this civil, he's all numbers to whatever.
Not numbers. I'm all numbers.
Time out. If this is actually what you're saying, the fact that it was Neal misspeaking on the fact that he's always said this contract is a discount, and you're going, you said this year, the one time. If that was a mistake, they own up, then we're done with this, is what you're, but please, Can we get to the facts so some of us
I'm gonna
that want to
address your first
understand what the
point,
dollars are?
and then I'll
you
return
guys
to you.
can continue
Can I
this
finish?
later.
Yeah.
But please make this educational for some of us.
So educational. The franchise tag happens when a player in a team
Right.
can agree to a contract. They can then franchise tag him. And to be fair to them, it's a average of the top 5 salaries in the league.
No. It's an average of the top 5 cap hits in the league, not the top 5 salaries.
Correct.
So you're wrong. You're wrong.
Time out. So right there, you guys are you said
Well,
salaries.
I just misspoke.
You
It's-
said
it's
cap.
cap
Did you
hit.
mean cap hit or
Yes.
did you mean salaries? Because you're both. Neil, what would if you take the salaries and you take the cap hit? What's the difference? Is there a $5 million difference?
Well, your
is the
cap
number
hit,
different?
Your cap hit is your salary plus your bonus from that year. So I misspoke. It is
No,
cap hit.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No, it's not.
What is it?
It is a deferred bonus number to where a salary can be lowered and raised during the course of a 5-year contract window. It can be lowered and raised at the behest of an owner, of a player, however they want to set it up. It is not your salary. When the salary, the money that you're paid will show up on your cap. There is no escape. Whether it's year 1, year 5, all of it. It will show up on your cap number.
Correct.
It will. The
So your
salary
cap
you're
hit-
so the money, like for last year, when you say he was the 5th highest paid quarterback in the league, he was not.
He had the
He was
5th
actually the
highest cap
12th highest paid quarterback in the league.
Incorrect.
And why?
Matt Stafford.
And Neil, explain that. Why is that? For the money that he was paid, or the money that was against the cap?
Right. Matt Stafford made $61.5 million last year, but had a base salary of $1.5 million.
Do you know how that? So you know how they prorate that onto the contracts, and that's why there's dead money when guys get cut or traded.
Right, absolutely. But
Okay.
you still have to pay, you still have to account for it at some point.
Correct.
At some point, you
But
still have to
when you're
account for
constructing
it.
your team, you're using the cap hit number.
Right.
That's
No. When you're constructing your salary cap for the year,
When you're
that's
constructing your roster
for this year, and then for the next year, and then
every
for the
team has
year
a cap
after.
hit, and when you're constructing for each individual player, they have their own individual cap hit.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And just like Matt Stafford next year is a $20 million, or this year coming up after the Super Bowl.
Answer me this: why does he say 5th highest paid and you say 12th?
Because he is the
Because I go by cash. Because when you give somebody cash,
break it down so we understand.
when you give somebody cash, it goes against your salary cap. If it's not this year, it's the year after. If it's not that,
Correct.
it's spread out over 4 years. You
So
do
because
pay
you're
for it.
taking it.
It
so
does go
he's
on your cap.
arguing specifically this year, but you're arguing your thing is no, it's over the contract.
over the
because you
contract.
have to pay.
And
it.
there are multiple factors that go into it.
which drags it from Easy's 5th, where the number is,
He's at 4th.
to the 12th, to where you're saying because of over the contract. Am I following correctly?
Correct. And the point where it comes, it does not a discount the market, is because your team, you have your salary cap, your allotted space is what you fill out your team to the max you can, which this year would be $224 million, and then that's it. That's all you can do with that team from that point, unless you rearrange contracts from then. Last year, Jared Goff had the 4th highest salary cap hit in the NFL, and that's why his contract was used to determine the salary cap the franchise tag for what may happen with Lamar Jackson in this scenario.
But do you know why they don't use salary? You know why they don't use salary, right?
Because salary isn't used for the cap space, Neil.
No, but you know why that is, though, right?
They do use the salary. Salary plus your
No,
bonus is what
they
equals the
don't.
cap
They
hit.
don't use. I'm
why
giving.
they-
Okay,
why they
D-Mac,
don't-
here. Hold on, D-Mac. Give me this. Here's the list of how quarterbacks were paid last year. Matt Stafford walked away with $61.5 million in cash. Russell Wilson got $57 million in cash last year. Josh Allen got $47 million. Deshaun Watson got $45.4 million. And then the list goes on. There's Aaron Rodgers. Kirk Cousins got $40 million. Mahomes, Tom Brady, Kyler Murray, Ryan Tannehill. Carson Wentz got more money than Jared
Neal,
Goff
can I
last
ask you?
year.
So if they got paid that cash last year, or whenever those deals happen,
yes,
how come the team still owe the money then after if they're cut or traded? It's because that money's prorated across their deal.
Right, but they have to pay it. They still have to pay it.
The reason why the cap hit is the relevant number we're talking about, because that's the number you use, again, to construct your roster.
No, but you know why they use cap hits to determine franchise tags, right? You know why the owners do
because
that.
that's the number you use.
No,
I don't know.
Do you know why that is? I'm asking you why. Do you know why that is?
Yes, because that's the number you use to construct your roster. Each player gets a cap hit.
No,
that's why,
Eazy.
Neal.
That's not why they use that number.
Neal, I already did what you're saying right now.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with it, dude. Here's what you don't understand, Eazy. Do you know why that's done? Do you know why that was collectively bargained? Do you know why the owners went to the players' union and said, this is what we're going to use to determine the franchise tag number? Do you know why? Do you know why?
Please
do you know why?
I need a better understanding of this. So he's paid that money last year. He's paid that $61 million.
Yes.
In pocket.
Yes.
So how is it if he gets cut, that money is still owed if he was already paid it?
Because they stretched it out.
Oh, so he didn't get paid all that
5
money.
years.
It's actually stretched out over the
right. But do you know
exactly
why?
what I just told you.
No,
it was.
but see, this is my question that you haven't answered. Do you know why they use the cap hit and not the salaries to determine the franchise tag? Do you know why?
Because that's what the guys are paid, and that's how their contracts are structured.
No, Easy, that's not the reason. Hold on, D-Mac, hold on. Here's the reason why. Here's the reason why.
Why did they go and make this such a
Here's the reason why they do that, Easy. Here's why the owners died on the hill for this, Easy. Because it's not salary. Because if it was, and you had to give me the top 5 salaries, the average of $61.5 million, 57, 46, 46, and 42, you know what that number becomes, Easy? Right just under $50 million. So if you're an owner, would you rather use a franchise, your cap hit number, or salary? Yeah, you're gonna negotiate that, where it's cap hits that you know are gonna be stretched out. So therefore, you save money when you have to sign these guys to franchise tags.
That's
Easy.
incorrect. They use it because it's the cap. You're incorrect.
No, you're incorrect. That's why it's done that way.
You're factually incorrect. They use the cap because that's what they paid
as a business owner, Easy, why would I want to pay somebody $48 million when I can pay him $35 million? Why?
So to debunk this again, why do they pay dead cap if they're paid that money that year as salary?
Because they still got it.
So they're not paid that money that year as salary. It's spread across the contract.
No, they
like
got
you
the
just
money.
said.
They got the money, Easy.
So why is it still owed when they're cut or traded?
Donnie Yang, Neal,
I'm asking you, Neal, why is it still owed when they're cut or traded then? If the money's paid up front.
Because they paid it already and it has to be stretched out.
Exactly. You're making the point. It's not.
Right.
It's
because the owners don't care because it's a cost controller.
Understanding is that they got the money up front, right? The term wasn't billed, the dead cap space, so that's why they have to pay it back because they were already paid in front, even though it has nothing to do with what it goes against the cap, right? That's just part of their salary, but because they didn't fulfill their contract. Am I hearing this right?
No, yeah, the teams owe it. So, like for instance, when Matthew Stafford was traded, the Detroit Lions owed a $30 million, I believe it's $30 million dead cap hit on his contract. Vice versa with Jared Goff as well. Because that's money that was guaranteed through signing bonuses, roster bonuses. That's how it's broken down. With that cash over value or cash over cap, it's called, it's broken down to roster bonuses. So if you ever go to like OTC is what a lot of the beat writers use. You'll see a roster bonus on there. You'll see a sign. That stuff spread across the years. It's prorated.
Yes.
That's why when a guy gets traded, that's why you have that dead cap money because they're still owed that if they're cut or traded before June 1st. It's not, he was paid $61 million this year.
And why is it June 1st, Easy?
Why is it June 1st?
You know that you have the knowledge. Why is it June 1st? Why is it that?
Because June 1st is when you can make your optimal savings. Oh, I'm sorry, actually, you make the most. It works both ways depending on the contract.
Well, no, it doesn't, Easy. That's the football new year. That's when you can roll in the bonus into the following season.
No, correct. But
that's
I'm saying it works different ways. So like, there's a
it only works that way.
No, it works.
It only works that way with June 1st.
There's a pre-June 1st cut and then a post-June 1st cut. There's two. What do you mean? There's two different cuts there. How's there under way?
Because what happens to the dead money depending on which way you use, Easy. Depending on which route you go.
Owe it. And that dead money's owed because they're not paid that. Stafford wasn't paid $61 million last year.
Right, but the difference is if it's pre-June 1st, it accelerates all onto the next year's cap.
Correct.
If it's post-June 1st, you can still get some relief the following season too. That's why they do that, Easy.
Correct.
I just wanted you to understand that because it was apparent
you understand that. I just don't understand how you don't understand the cap hit thing. The salary, literally the franchise tag was made up of Jared Goff's contract last year because he was the fourth highest paid according to
and why
the cap
do they
hit.
use that instead of salary, Easy, so the owners can save $13 million per contract?
Dead cap.
Yeah.
The same thing. You just
That's
said it
why
15
Jared Goff's
times.
contract is good. The heavy lifting's already done. So you're telling me that Russell Wilson's contract, that he was paid $57 million this year, is a better contract than Jared Goff's contract, who has, by the way, Goff's contract has virtually no escape penalty. So none. To whereas the Packers with Aaron Rodgers, their whole franchise is going to be submarined. If he retires, they owe $99 million on the cap this year. This year. So tell me again how Jared Goff's contract isn't one of the most team-friendly quarterback contracts out there right now. Non-rookie, obviously.
If you want to cut him. But the reason why is if you want to win a Super Bowl, historically, by the numbers, trend, factually, there's never been a quarterback to do it with a cap hit percentage of over 12.2%.
That's an arbitrary number that you're spreading out and using because Patrick Mahomes this year is going to be 18-ish, 19-ish% of the Chiefs' salary cap. He's not because of the lower salary that he took this year, but that's what it is.
Who's the favorite to win the Super Bowl this year?
It's a toss-up between the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Right now, it's the Eagles.
Right.
They're
they're a 1-point favorite. Okay.
Yeah. 76% of the money's on the Eagles.
Yeah, so
And
that's what it is.
Again,
Eazy.
factually, that 12.2%, no matter how much you feel about Patrick
factually,
Mahomes,
it's the money you were paid, Easy.
No,
factually, it's
that
the money
12
you were paid because you're going to owe it.
Neal, what does that have to do with anything? I'm telling you right now, every single Super Bowl champion quarterback that's ever won a Super Bowl since the invention of the cap has never had a cap hit take more than 12.2% of the team's salary cap. Never. Not once. And even if Patrick Mahomes were to do it this year, Neal, that's 1 out of 28. You like those odds? 1 out of 28?
What do you mean?
The odds of paying a quarterback that much money to win a Super Bowl over that 12.2%. Even if Patrick Mahomes were to do it this year.
No, because if you go back through the time, Easy, because of stretch bonuses and things like that, they're over that number. Tom Brady stuff like that is over that number,
Neal,
Easy.
hold on, Neal. They pay dead money, correct?
What's that?
If a player gets cut, retires or traded, there's dead money paid to that player, correct?
There's dead money paid against their cap, not paid to the player. The player already got their money.
Correct. So if the player already got the money, then why is it against the cap then? Like it's still... they're not paid that lump sum. I guess maybe we have to get NFL players sign like those type of contracts on before. But nonetheless, the cap hit of Jared Goff last year factually was 4th in the league. And that's why the franchise tag was made up around that. Your team is constructed.
I told you why the franchise tag is made up around that.
That's okay, Neal, but it's still made of that, correct?
Right, because it's an advantage to the owners.
So the
Easy.
franchise tag is based off what, Neal?
The franchise tag is based off the cap hits because it's cheaper
so
than
based
using
off
the
cap hit.
salary.
Thank you.
It saves the owners money.
Based off the cap hit. Cap is what you construct your team with. Each player has a salary cap hit. That's if I'm paying this guy a certain amount of cap, I'm losing cap to play
but
this
Easy,
other positions.
by your logic, Russell Wilson's a great deal. Hey, Cintron's a great deal too. It's an
I never
aspirational
said
lifestyle
that. That's
beverage
why.
brand with a line of sparkling flavored energy beverages and premium bottled water. Cintron is fashionable, functional, and fun if you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, great taste, and a low salary figure and low cap hit. Cintron is your top choice. You can buy online. About that Amazon Prime life, go to Amazon. You can buy Cintron there. Also at drinkcintron.com. Get it the next time you go to a Pistons or a Red Wings game at Little Caesars Arena. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Rhul here for Custom Health Centers. Our own Ryan Ermanni has begun his voyage with Custom Health Centers. He's down right around 15 pounds. He's shredded already. We're playing a little bit, but the facts are the same. He is on his way. You can be on your way to over 20,000 success stories created by Custom Health Centers. They've helped former professional athletes lose weight as well. Rick Mahorn, Pistons bad boy, he's down over 50 pounds. He looks great. Just saw him a couple of weeks ago. Eddie Murray, Pro Bowl MVP kicker. Eddie Murray, by the way. That's a pretty incredible stat in and of itself. Not to mention the weight that he lost with Custom Health Centers. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health Center, 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-THIN. Now it's time for the Monroe Street Midway Minute. The holidays are over, but the Midway is still going strong in downtown Detroit. All the variety of activities. Winter themed. Create great winter experiences for everyone. Yes, the family. Bring the kids down there. A date night. Hell, if you're Sam Flannel, bring the in-laws down there. He's done it before. He'll do it again. You can too. The winter bumper cars, the Arctic slide, the puck putt, the Midway arcade. Did you guys do the bumper cars with the in-laws, Sam Flannel?
Not the bumper cars yet, but we might.
Drinks at the Lodge?
Absolutely.
There you go. Absolutely. I always save that one for last. The drinks at the Lodge. Terry Foster, our own Terry Foster, has had an old-fashioned down there at the Lodge. You can 2. Spend more racks. You'd smash some food down there. Both the heavyweights are in here right now. They're about the mac and cheese bites, right? Pierogi or mac and cheese bite? Which one?
Mac and cheese bite.
There, 100 of them?
Yeah.
Each for the heavyweights?
Probably.
Yeah,
I was hungry enough.
That's
doable.
That is very confident answers. But again, the Monroe Street Midway, it's going on downtown all season long. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, pulling up on the second hour of the show. Neal Rhul, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Our guests from the Woodward Heavyweights, 5 to 7. Tap in. They got a great show. The Woodward Heavyweights, Eazy and Spend Mo Racks. Alicia, Neal knows the numbers better than anyone here. Well, thank you, Alicia. I do appreciate that. Steve Brown, he's a salary cap guru. Eazy needs to shut up. Now, that's a little aggressive. Robert Closia, who is an agent, by the way, in sports. Contracts are always analyzed based on the adjusted APY, which is the average per year. Which, Robert, that's correct. That's the world that I live in.
Correct.
Eazy does not live in that world.
I just said correct, so I don't know why I wouldn't live in that world. All right.
You do not live in that world. But anyway, all right, so let's get down to it, Eazy. Let's get down to it.
Okay.
The point of all this.
Yeah.
The Jared Goff discussion for me. You hate the contract. I love it, and I love it for a lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, and because you talk about last year, and obviously last year has come and gone. Did he outperform his contract last year?
Based off his cap hit, no, he did not. He was the 4th highest paid player per cap hit. That's Neal.
He wasn't the 4th highest paid starting point.
Yeah.
At least this man over here in the booth, Spencer Raxter, who's a blatant Goff hater, right, can give you reality to whatever else.
D-Mac.
He was the 12th highest paid player.
Hold on. Can we?
You know what? No.
If we want facts, if you go to the website,
go ahead, Neal,
and you go to your salary cap.
I'm just gonna sit here and shut
I know,
up.
but I'm just not gonna be told I'm telling you guys a lie because you can literally go to any website right now over the cap.
I know, I have it in front of me.
now. And you go determined by cap hit 1, 2, 3, 4. Jared Goff's right there at $31 million.
You know what,
it's a
Eazy,
fact.
that's great.
I'm not gonna have that fact dismissed in a
You're going
debate.
on too many websites to the fact that.
But he wasn't the 4th highest paid quarterback. He was the 12th highest paid quarterback.
He had the 4th highest cap hit. A cap hit is what you use
in particular that season. Yes.
So Neal, that's not discount the market. Was he top 10 quarterback? Yes. Was he a top 5?
He was the 12th highest paid quarterback.
Was he a top 5?
He got the 12th most money at the quarterback position last year. He was better than that. Easy. If we can't address that, then the conversation is over.
You're not dealing in the realm of reality.
No, you're not.
Are rosters constructed of salaries or cap hits?
Between like 6 and 10. I would
Sam Flannel, I want your input here on what's going on here.
I mean,
let's go to the scorecard.
You can't even have this conversation to whatever else because you can't. There's no common ground.
Because Neal doesn't.
Your starting ground.
So this is the common ground right here. Factually, are rosters summoned or determined by cap hits or salaries?
They're determined by salaries because that's what's going to end up on your cap hit somewhere down the line, either this year, next year, 5 years from now. You will pay it, Easy.
Each year,
you will pay it.
So is it cap hit? Or is it the full salary?
It's the salary. Because you even said it yourself. He was the 12th highest paid quarterback
there isn't going to be a common ground because he's denying.
You were going to ask. Ask me, I guess, to whatever, because does anybody out there, to the fact of what Jared Goff outperformed that contract or performed that contract to what he's getting paid at $30 million?
Well, here, Real Cream of Wheat has a question for you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. If Goff was overpaid, what do you think of Russell Wilson? But you probably like Russell Wilson's deal, right? You like Russell Wilson's deal.
I don't like any deal.
Yeah, you do, because he was a $17 million cap hit last year.
I'm telling you, I don't like his deal.
No,
so
you
do. How much you want to say I do,
he was a $17 million cap hit, Easy.
It doesn't also change the fact that these rosters are determined by cap hits.
Right.
And by the fact.
And he was a $17 million cap hit, so he was a value.
Who was the 4th highest cap hit last year?
I don't have that pulled up in front of me right now.
That was Jared Goff.
Okay, Jared Goff.
Who was the 12th highest paid quarterback?
By cap,
because
that's what you use.
Well, see, the funny thing is, like, the real world deals with money.
No, the real world actually deals with cap hits because that's how you. That's why
and you know why they do
salary
that.
Cap.
And that's the other part that you don't understand, dude. Why that is?
Not. I don't understand it. You don't want to take an L in this argument. There's a cap hit. There's like salary cap for a reason.
WoodwardSports.com chat pull it.
What was your Goff? Can you forget like whatever?
Is Jared Goff on a good contract or no?
No. In terms of if you want to win a Super Bowl, no. 2024, if the cap hit continues to grow, possibly he falls beneath that. I think there is. If I were to make an argument for your case,
he's over 13%.
Right? We don't know what the salary cap's going to be for sure next year, so we can't say for sure.
224.8.
It's an estimate.
Who outperformed their contract at quarterback this year?
I'd say every one of those rookies that made the playoffs this year. For sure.
Rookie deals are a different animal, man.
Rookies are set up by the financials, aren't they, in the way that the draft so they can only outperform. I'm asking you as far as Goff.
Well,
as far as did the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, you said Goff, number 4, no. Did the number 5, did any of those top guys outperform their contract?
Well, here's the deal, too.
For 2022, Dak Prescott was paid $19 million. 2022, Josh Allen was only paid $16 million per cap. I'm sorry, his cap hit. $16 million.
Dak Prescott, man, that's a hell of a deal, right?
Tom Brady, $11 million. Joe Burrow, $9 million. Yeah, they all outperformed.
So Dak Prescott, that's a hell of a contract he's on, right?
They constructed it that way.
That's a hell of a contract. So this year, when Prescott's cap hit is almost $50 million, now all of a sudden it's not a good contract, right?
But
it was great last year.
So
It's the same contract.
This year he played great
I'm
with
not
his
telling you the
stats.
contract,
Next year he's got no chance. None of these quarterbacks, once it gets to the $50 million, now that the franchise tag's going north of 30 and all these contracts, no one's going to outperform their contract, right?
Right.
So where's the best value? The question is Goff on the best value deal? The extension for what you have,
and here's my overriding
for what you're
point.
Getting in return.
As we wrap this up, and Eazy, I appreciate you, man. You know you're still my guy. You know that
for sure.
You know
I want to get to like the actual Goff point, but
Chuck Brewer says you got to remember Goff's cap hit includes money paid years ago, right? That the Rams paid. Absolutely, I remember that. Okay, yeah, get to the Goff point.
No, because the Rams pay that when it becomes dead cap for them. Well, you're the one that wanted to bring up the Goff thing. That's why I wanted to. I guess let you have that.
So go ahead.
You're the one that
you got something else to say?
Yeah, you want to discuss Goff.
Yeah, it's a good deal because, and here's why. There's no escape penalty. Like how Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have to pay $99 million if he just pieces out after his darkness retreat. The Lions have ultimate flexibility at the quarterback spot. Ultimate. They don't have to do what the Rams did. They don't have to bribe someone to take their quarterback. They just cut them and move on.
I guess like it's really in the eye of the beholder. Like, is it a good deal if you want to win a Super Bowl? No, not based off
Why?
Like, facts or history.
You have the fluidity to make any move necessary.
So you're saying it's a good deal based off you cutting him and moving on? Is what you're saying?
No, because that's an option. Every option's on the table to you.
But
he's a discount to market because next year coming year he's the 12th highest cap hit.
There's no dead weight on the rear end of these contracts.
He's the 12th highest cap hit this year. Easy. Yeah. It's all there for you. You can do whatever you want.
So right now he's 11th highest cap hit. That's before probably Matt Ryan's going to get cut. Obviously, we know Derek Carr is most likely going to get cut. We don't know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers.
Right. So their money will accelerate. So their cap hit will go higher.
Goff's going to move up in terms of like cap hit because those guys are going to, you know what I'm saying, their situation's getting dealt with.
No, but in order to be cut, their cap number will go up because there will be a penalty in moving on from them.
Well, most of those guys when they're like last year when I was looking at it,
right?
Matt
But
Ryan,
there still will be a penalty for moving on, so their cap hits will go up.
Yeah, the Raiders will save. Raiders will save like $29 million.
But they're going to have to get another quarterback.
Yeah, but they're not going to pay him a top 10 money.
Okay, and then they don't have to worry about going to the playoffs either.
I mean, they're going to most likely going to get that quarterback in the draft. They have the 7th overall pick.
Okay. Yeah, bring the rookie in. That'll work.
Bring the rookie in.
Yeah.
Okay, Neal. So name me some of the teams in the playoffs this year. Just start.
What do you mean?
Like, just give me some teams that are in the playoffs this year.
With a first-year quarterback? First-year rookie quarterback?
Yeah, we could do that, yeah.
Like who? Give me one.
So, it's okay, we got the Chargers.
No. Justin Herbert's not a rookie quarterback. He's on a rookie deal.
He's on his rookie deal.
He's not a rookie quarterback.
He's on his rookie deal.
Give me the first-year quarterback.
I'm talking rookie deal quarterbacks.
No. You said the Raiders are going to draft a quarterback and they'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Purdy didn't do that heavy lifting to get them in the playoffs. He lasted 3 games and was done.
And then they had Trey Lance on the rookie deal before that. Guess what? That rookie deal helps you build your team. How are you Mr. Salary Cap guy if, 1, you're not going to acknowledge cap hits, and 2, you're not going to acknowledge the fact that the less money you're paying a guy per cap hit, you can fill out your team as a team. Football is like the most team game there is.
The Chiefs seem to do an all right job of it.
The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes, and he's the one exception. Do you think Jared Goff is equivalent of Patrick Mahomes?
No, I didn't say that. I said the Chiefs have done it. You asked for example.
There you go. So then I'll do the one I automatically.
And by the way, what's Jalen Hurts going to get?
Jalen Hurts going to get a deal, but guess what? He's not on one right now, right? Where's he at this year on his rookie deal?
Right.
Where's he at?
But he's not a rookie quarterback. He's 4 years in the game. 4 years in the league.
No one's making an argument for a rookie quarterback.
Yes, you are. You just said the Raiders will draft a quarterback and be fine.
Yes, they are going to draft a quarterback and be fine because they get a guy on a rookie deal.
Take the Raiders to go to the playoffs next year, Easy. Hey, I appreciate you coming through, brother, for real.
I'd appreciate it more if you, accepted facts, but I still love you. You're still my guy.
You're still my guy, too. I do want to write that mortgage for you, though.
I don't trust you to write any mortgage, Neal.
Well, I wouldn't trust you to sign
You've done
it.
bad with the math stuff as of late. There was a whole 6-7% with Tua and Goff thing too last year. So we're on.
Woodward heavyweights.
I love you though.
5 to 7. Spenmo. Easy. Those are the dudes. Tap in. We'll be right back with more Big D energy after Spenmo tells you what to do with your lunch break.
Well, obviously you got to go to Cousin's Maine Lobster, especially after big argument. You expended a lot of energy going over salary caps and caps hits and everything like that. You could fill up with some Cousin's Maine Lobster because Woodward Sports loves lobster. And what better way to get your fix than Cousin's Maine Lobster? With 2 trucks rolling around Detroit, you can be sure to find the best lobster rolls, lobster tots, lobster tacos, and Terry, my favorite lobster grilled cheese to power through the day. Go to cousinsmainelobster.com to find their schedule, or you can scan that QR code right there and figure out where they are rolling through the city. It's Cousins Maine Lobster.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say. Come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th, from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party. Well, our super party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
What's up, guys? Guardian Alarm has to offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs, whether personal or business. But I need you to call the number 1-800-STAY-OUT. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as is needed because they care about what is important to you. Give them a call today, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Technology backed by people, safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. They care so much, even about Flannel Sam's Flannel Collection. How many straight days of flannel protection?
209.
209 straight days of flannel protection, and you can have it too, but I need you to call Guardian Alarm. The number, 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Stay out of the end zone, A.J. Brown, the Super Bowl, please.
Guardian Alarm, your local security expert. Sell Big D Energy. We sent you.
Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Appreciate Eazy tapping in as well. Woodward Heavyweights, they do a good job on their show. Real talk. Spencer, Eazy, they're elite at what they do. They got a good buzz going. So
Neal,
tap into the show.
You're being accused of changing the subject in Eazy 1.
By
being
who?
accused of changing the subject and not answering Easy's questions. I want to know which was that.
Well, I feel like I answered every question.
What do we take out of that? I just think
we
that
gotta
you
ask
guys,
Spenmo. Spenmo's been quiet.
Because here's the thing, you still I still don't think you got to the bottom of it. I understand. No. You break it down. I don't understand what he's arguing about to anything else to moving forward.
I think here's the summation, D-Mac.
I don't get it.
where I look at an entire contract and what you're liable for. And that's how I deem it a good deal or not. You can cherry pick any 1 year, and like I said, Russell Wilson was a $17 million cap hit last year. Next year Dak Prescott's a $50 million cap hit. So he was a good contract before, but now he's not a good contract, even though it's the same contract.
So let me understand this, right? And I'll use four years. Right, so Eazy looks at it year to year on a 4-year deal, even though that 4-year deal that was signed is linked up, and the teams look at it how it's viewed on their cap as spread out.
Right.
He's looking at it at this year specific, which doesn't make sense because the whole deal was
You're
signed.
liable for it.
Right, the whole deal was signed where all this stuff that our counselor, Robert Koshi, about average yearly salary, all the stuff that you guys are talking about, right? So how can you have a conversation if you're starting from two different spots? It's two different conversations. His conversation, I would think, is for the specific year, taking year and date with the rest of it out of there, plug it in, who's the best value, right? Without seeing that it's going to cost you down the road, even though this guy.
He's not
You're
weighing
a longer term.
Yeah.
He's just here and now.
Totality, right? Like the escapability of it. That's
Neal's
important
is
to
on
me.
the 2004-5 year.
Yeah.
The clock. Big D Energy. We're more about down the road and the clock. We're Eazy, and it makes sense, maybe a little bit younger, but here and now, this is what it says.
Yeah. MMS 1346. I haven't noticed you in here before, but appreciate you tapping into the show. He says you can't use cap hit when saying paid. The guy didn't get paid that exact money that year. Cap hit is a manipulation of the contract, not an indication of their salary. And that explains it. That's exactly where I'm at. Spencer, why are you staying out of it, man?
I'm staying out of it.
What's your thoughts?
Conscientious objector.
See, that's politics, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just say, Spenny playing politics because he's got a show to do at 5 to 7. So he's saving his comments. Will you give us an update if we watch the show later?
Possibly.
Possibly. Just we're going to talk about how that interaction. You might
but-
have to bring up the Eazy. Hey, how was your interaction on Big D today?
Yeah.
Pistons fan 11. Cherry picking specific years when talking about an entire contract is dumb, and that's kind of my point too. So, and somebody brought up like Patrick Mahomes' contract. And Patrick Mahomes hooked the team up. Like, I know the headlines are 10 years, $450 million. The Chiefs are done with dead money at his age of 30. In 3 years from now, their liability's done to the contract.
So they're in the same position that we would be in with Goff.
With Goff, exactly. 10 years, $450 million was like the headline. Only $142 million of it's guaranteed. They're done paying the guaranteed money by 2025. So, like, he's got at age 36, he's got a $52.4 million number at age 36.
Which
with
means,
the way he plays, I think if everyone's attitude about Lamar Jackson is consistent, Mahomes plays kind of reckless from time to time, right? Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment, Sam Flannel?
That's a long ways.
Yeah, I mean,
the way he plays will take a toll on his body.
Yeah,
is that fair?
Absolutely. I mean, it happened in the playoff game. I
Right.
mean, it wasn't necessarily his fault. He got sacked, but his injury, it clearly hampered him in the last game, and it might hamper him in the Super Bowl, although not as much as we thought. But yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just guessing that he will never see the 2031 year of that contract because the Chiefs will have moved on by that point. Just given his style of play. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and I could be wrong. You do this job, and I will say this: like people that were like bringing up specific examples of Eazy's takes and stuff like that. You could do that for every single person that's ever worked in this field. You talk all this ish, you're going to be wrong. Spenmo's been wrong about stuff, but he's admitted it. When I'm wrong about stuff, it's not often, but when I'm wrong about it, I admit it. I just want to do that for effect. Spenmo, I'm sorry. But yeah, so, it is that. Someone asked, can we get D-Mac to talk about the Red Wings? We will, as a matter of fact. That's what we're talking about next. I was a little disheartened by last night. I was a little disheartened, and I'll explain why. And then because this is how this has gone, right? I've held counsel with D-Mac. And I know the roller coaster, and I'm caught up in it. And I pride myself as a guy that's not emotional, that doesn't give in to the emotions and the the high level, low level of emotion. I pride myself at that. But with this team, I can't stop. And we got to discuss it.
There's a reason, because it's been a while.
I know.
To have that between these teams. It's called expectations.
All right, so we're talking Red Wings and the Oilers game when we come back. Wintertime in Detroit's always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. You can try the classic meatloaf, Spenmo.
Give me the loaf.
The classic chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. They're fire. The Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle, baby, talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Neal Rhul here for Chili Peppers Tanning. We find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms, and trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. You can pick up the Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, and Spencer Raxter's favorite, Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Oh, yeah.
Go to chilipepperstanning.com. 27 locations. Find out which one works best for you. There's more on the way, by the way. Chili Peppers Tanning, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. They are your vitamin D headquarters.
Chili Peppers Tan?
Can confirm. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. 9 Drinks says Woodward Sports Network fights are like a real family. That's factual.
Yeah, factual.
Oh, no, seriously. I get more heated up on here, but that's the guys care. And that's the whole thing in perspective. But it really is. That's how much family it is. Woodward Sports about the people. We are just like the rest of the people.
No, we are. We're
we
just
just
like
don't
you.
show you the good physical ones on camera. That's where some of the bruises come from.
Speaking of bruises, Red Wings got bruised last night by the Edmonton Oilers. And let me explain. Okay, D-Mac? Here's where I was disheartened. And to be fair, I've come out of losses and said, all right, I'll take that. I have. Here's where yesterday kind of had me disheartened a little bit. And it was the kind of the reaction that I saw from a lot of the Red Wings media, you know, the bloggers, things like that, the fans. One of the things really struck me when they said, while they beat the Red Wings pretty handily, I wouldn't be worried about the Edmonton Oilers in the playoffs, which, you know, is a fair statement. They have question marks coming in. But the problem for me is...
So after that, are we specifically talking after last night's game, we wouldn't worry about Edmonton moving on as a playoff contender even though they beat the Red Wings?
Yeah, I think that was the crux of what they were drilling at. But my problem is this. You had Connor McDavid and Draisaitl be about as ineffective as they're going to be in a game. You know, McDavid had a point, extended his point streak to 13 games. He had an assist. He was a +1.
Late, last one.
Yeah. Draisaitl, no points, was a -2. That's as good as the sledding's going to get against Edmonton, and they were never really a threat to win that game, D-Mac. For the last 40 minutes, they were never a threat.
Okay, that's better. First period, I thought that they took the play to him and stuff like that. But so do you look at it as...
For two-thirds of the game, they weren't a threat.
There's two sides of the sword there, right? Because I look at it that if I'm in there and I don't know what the game plan was, But the game plan is to take Draisaitl and limit their chances and stuff like that to focus in on was that. They got that accomplished. However, to the commentators or whoever's writing whatever, as far as not worrying about Edmonton, that's what they saw last night as far as secondary scoring. The Warren Fogels who are playing on the McDavid lines. What you see Edmonton do is not have both their eggs in one basket and Draisaitl and McDavid on the same line.
Which they will do on occasion.
No. But they more so, Jay Woodcroft, who used to be our video coach here in 2008 when we won the Cup, who's the coach of Edmonton now, is using these guys. But I look at it, Neal, okay, you've done a good job of shutting down the top guys, but now you don't have enough secondary scoring. To me, what it was apparent last night that really killed them, which good teams have happen in Edmonton. Edmonton's one of the better teams on the power play, and their PK stinks. But you're 0 for 5 on the power play. When you're fighting for your playoff spot and need to win games and stuff like this, and you have the opportunity to shut down the best players in the league, you have to capitalize on special teams. So there's good, because the fact that you could tell me that Draisaitl and McDavid came in, got out of there with the fifth goal in a 5-2 game assist, Draisaitl's -2. We did some really, really good things, but the team's just not there. I think and I always go back to the first game when you always said the first game you went to this year that we were at, and you're like, okay, yes, I see it, it's different. Yes, it is different, and the frustrating is because you got one thing really good, right, focused on, but then there's more to the game than that. What Edmonton proved is that maybe they will be this team that gets deeper in the playoffs because they've developed more of a team game, not just around these two guys, right? But Detroit, you're building towards that, right? So, yes, disappointing because having a 10-day layoff coming out, I think the disappointment is for the last 40 minutes of the game, sort of, they owned you. That's the disappointing part, but the fact
and it wasn't even the dudes that owned you. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different, like if McDavid went out there and put on a show. I can deal with that. Then it's like the same old,
but you competed. You had guys playing against the best. This is the best player in any sport to the next best player, biggest margin, right?
In all professional sports.
And you shut him down, right? Giving Connor McDavid an assist, right, on the last goal in 5 is shutting him down. And Draisaitl, so you did some positive, but you didn't do enough. And that's where this team is. They're like 75% or 8. They're just not there.
It's just
and you know what? The finish line's going to be here this year, and they're going to be about here. But that's what we expected. They're exactly where the expectations. Now, the great part about having a great team, let's take it off the ice. Because decisions have to be made. You see the decisions being made about, Adam Ermanni just got sent down, and Zadina should be in the lineup. I heard Lalone say that in the next tomorrow against Calgary or Saturday in the lineup. Getting back, there's options and decisions. This is the time for it. I think that if they go back and look, the positive of the way they were able to shut down McDavid and Draisaitl is one, but the fact that they couldn't get it done in other ways is what is hurting this team and why they'll end up short.
But again, I get frustrated because they did everything that you could do against those. Like Connor McDavid is on a pace for a 150-point season. There hasn't been one since Mario Lemieux, they were saying.
But in this NHL, which is a different game, it's amazing, right? And what Draisaitl and stuff did. So there are positives from last game, except at the end of the day, when you're fighting for a wild card spot or when you're not in the playoffs, you don't get to harp on the positives because the negatives outweigh it.
That's it, and that's where it's frustrating because it feels like it ping pongs back and forth with that. So and like there's this one here, D-Mac, or Detroit Dabber says they hit 3 posts and Fabs missed an empty net. Some bad penalties called too. Yeah, but that goes. I'm past that now. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you
but that's
deal
part
with
about getting to the finish line. So you were real close, but you weren't close enough. Karma wasn't there. Like, finish the job. That's the next thing. Because you know what other teams are doing?
Finishing the job.
You know what winning teams are doing?
Finishing the job.
And we'll see at playoff time.
Finish the job.
It will be shutting these guys down and finishing the job. So we're just not there yet. But we're getting there, and there's pieces there.
See, and that's where it is. And Dabber, I'm not singling you out. You're a valued member of the show and everything like that. No, I'm not, because, that's kind of the default sometimes. I'm past that, but I'm not this, where Troy says another wasted season for the Wings. This is not the Hockey Town standards we expect. Now, the second part of your point.
This ain't Hockey Town back yet. Hey, what do you want? You want the straw house? You want the wood house that gets blown down? You want to make the play? You can't say. If you don't think there's progress, you haven't watched. It's just not at the pace that we used to expect.
And that's what it is.
But where we've come from, you better sit back and wait. It's frustrating. You can't watch it, turn it off, whatever. It's a roller coaster ride right now. But to say that it's not better and it's a wasted season, I disagree. I disagree, because we'll be looking back to this season for specific things that have pieced together why we're successful moving forward.
Mike Gentry, BMG, Big Mike Gentry. The officiating was brutal last night. See, I'm not here for that. And D-Mac, here's the thing that amazes me about talking to athletes, especially high-level athletes. You, Braylon, some of the other ones I've gotten a chance to talk to. You guys never talk about officiating. Ever.
Play through it. It goes both ways. And, yeah, you can get upset and stuff like this. But in the days of replay and all this stuff, and I agree, there's stuff that's not called. But, I mean, that's just an excuse.
You guys never care about that.
Be better. Yeah. Just be better.
That's amazing, man. Like, they get aggravated.
It all happens. It happens over. Dude, the worst call, the ones that, like, if you don't get it right, I don't see how you can't with replay and all this stuff like nowadays. Right, so just get the call right. That's all we want as athletes.
And Dabber says your past guys not finishing scoring opportunities. Now, Dabber, that's different. That's a talent issue then.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
I mean, let's just call it what it is.
It's an execution, so maybe that's not the right guys there. But to say it's not different, it's not different. I think, as we're getting into the season, like something like this, as we look forward to that, and I see people comment on different guys, different signings. There are positives, there are negatives. We're getting into it. That the question of, are some of these guys that Stevie signed in the offseason, are they, looking at maybe they're struggling right now? Can they get better and be part of moving forward? Again, it's a process. It's a process. You got to remember, too, guys, please, this is Derek Lalonde's first year still. Right? He's only 40-some games into coaching his first NHL season. Can we give this guy a little bit of a break? We're growing together. See, you want this poor little 12-year-old to be 18 so quick. He's still got to go through the adolescence and the puberty in the next few years. That's where I'm at. Everybody else thinks that high school graduation.
But we're not there. To get back though to Dabber's point, and your past guys missing an open net. I am not. But this kind of goes into the whole Larkin thing, which this is taking on life now. Like, it's getting real. I see the media, mainstream media is talking about hockey now because it's a good old-fashioned contract thing, right? Like, that's, a lot of the mainstream media in this town's taking the easy button a little bit and bringing it up and stuff like that. And it's just, for me, that plays into it. Like, that whole discussion. The Larkin thing, where it seems like Yzerman has the hard line in the sand, and I'm here for it. And I will always side with Steve Yzerman in this. He's done it before.
Here's the whole thing. I guarantee this right now. No one's ever heard what Steve Yzerman's plan is. Nobody. Right? Everybody else speculate around.
Which I freely admit, I'm up here talking ish.
Nobody knows what he's going to do, so drawing a hard line. He's just drawing silence. That's all he draws, and he lets you run around out there and everybody poke. The fact that even when they come out to where they're supposed to be, they're so close, makes me tell me that something will get done. But when Steve Yzerman hasn't said anything, so nobody knows. So don't pretend you do.
100%. And it gets to me about like the market thing, because we got in the debate, the Horvat thing. And I did a little digging on the numbers, and you guys know where I'm at with Jack Hughes and stuff like that. Bo Horvat, 62 goals in his last 120 games. Like, he's producing. Yeah,
but he also played with Elias Pettersson and whatever like this. You want to see whatever Dylan Larkin's pushing his play for points or whatever. the caveat of the guys around him aren't the guys around that these guys are playing with.
Yeah.
Bo Horvat is a phenomenal comparison to a Dylan Larkin. So those extra few goals between 25 and I know, but Larkin's not about the goals either. So the Horvat, the Landeskog, and it's all put it into the vat. So to me, between 8 and 9 million is
the
last
market.
2 years ago 7.5 to everything else. It makes sense.
Yeah, I think I'm at my number. I won't die on the hill for it. If you want to juice it a little bit, because you're in the locker room thing, I'm with you. I'll relent with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm not going over 9, damn it. All right, but I will have Sam Flannel.
And what did I say?
You said between 8
Did
and 9.
I ever go over 9?
No, you never did.
Have I ever gone over 9?
No.
My initial was 8.5. Right, and I said you could give him 9 over 8. I will pay my number 2 centerman that much money, the captain of my team. Bottom line.
Yeah. So I'm with you. You converted me.
Thank you.
All right. Sam Flannel, tell him about Swiss. Not Ham and Swiss.
Not Ham and Swiss, but Swiss Insurance, of course. Be sure to check with Swiss Insurance this week for your commercial insurance review. Many businesses choose a January 1st effective date. Swiss can help make sure you have the proper coverage. Give Mark a shot. You won't be disappointed. Email him at mark@swissins.com. That is mark@swissins.com.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say. Come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th, from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party. Well, our super party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season. Enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Rhul, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Racksta here in the building. Happy all are with us. And we're chopping it up about the Red Wings and stuff like that. So,
which brings up to other guys, right? Tyler Bertuzzi. There's another question.
Well, if we're talking about goals and we're goal challenged. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
In relation to the Edmontons.
In relation to
pretty much everybody.
Where you want to get to being a playoff team, not even to the relation to the Edmontons, in relation to teams that are playoff contending teams, right? You need guys to fill the fucking the net. So then when you said to me, the Bertuzzi, like if you ask me right now with a month left, what do I vibe? I vibe Larkin re-signing. And then I think that there's more of a possibility than I ever thought of Tyler Bertuzzi being traded.
Wow.
Because he's got in his contract, but he's got value. But again, maybe not. And if not that, Neal, you're going to have to re-sign him because you're not going to lose him for nothing, right? So, again, what's he, $3.5, $4 million player, $5 million player?
Right now he's 5.
Right now he's 5.
With 30 goal seasons on his resume.
That need to be made in direction. So, again, you can be like me and just sit back and listen and wait and, congratulations, the mainstream media is on hockey now.
They are. And it's funny, too, to listen.
Yeah, too bad the fans aren't.
Yeah. Right. It is funny, too, to listen. That being said, though, we haven't talked about this, and Spenmo's had it on there. and I did want to touch on it because I wanted to check in with you. And we do this discussion about once a year typically, and it involves hockey. And you and I, nobody, were bigger slaps or bigger honks for the NHL's return to ESPN. Oh my God. Oh yeah. I mean, it was incredible. NHL viewership's down 22% nationally. Spenmo.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
I mean,
Spenny, you're an NBA. Okay, let me just ask a question to you. You're an NBA guy.
Yes.
I tap into an NBA game. I fire you off a text no matter what time of night. You respond in 30 seconds. You're watching it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you operate. Do you feel like you're watching 22% less hockey this year?
No.
So you're in.
I still watch, yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's because it's nationally. I think it's because like the three best players in the game all play in Canada.
So you're about America.
That's about America. But just like national numbers is like if Austin Matthews, Leon Draisaitl, and Connor McDavid played for American teams, then the American numbers would be. I'm sure the Canadian numbers are still fine, but that's how I see it.
What's your take on that, D-Mac? When I tell you it's down 22,
think it's more like,
ESPN was supposed to save the day.
Yeah, but come on, man, they didn't put anything behind it.
Yeah.
They just sort of like threw it out there, like here. Don't you agree? Like there wasn't putting anything behind it.
Yeah, and look,
and it just sort of like, oh, we're back. Here you go, and then you know what it was? I think the real hockey fan felt disrespected by what they threw out there. And you know what? The whole package of the product, right? Spenmo's right. When you don't there's no investment, and we all agree that in the United States and ESPN or whatever, hockey's something that you're going to have to learn. Somebody's going to have to teach you to watch it on TV. You don't just go to it. I'm down on the TNT and the ESPN and stuff like that, viewership, but you know, the fact is, I don't think that really they dropped the ball just sort of like expecting, oh, hockey's back on here, people watch. There's so much other stuff to watch.
Yeah, and
I'm the first one. If there's wrestling on, I'm throwing wrestling on before before
Winnipeg, Arizona.
Yeah, Winnipeg, Arizona. Now, if it's Colorado, Tampa,
Toronto,
something like that, must-see TV, you'll scope out, but there's too few and far in between. My answer to the question is I think that ESPN rested on their laurels and they don't take it serious anyway, so why should the fan?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, no El Gato. I'm not going to talk about how they're, quote, need more brothers on the ice, unquote. We're not going there. I'm not discussing that. But you're right, D-Mac. What?
That's a great listen, there's a lot of brothers out there. Usually beat me up. So I mean,
no, but here's the deal. And I hate to do this because you know how I am about people in my field, about what I do in the play-by-play realm.
But I think the play-by-play.
I
specifically,
think, yeah. I think you are spot on.
Spot on, I was, because when I turn the game on, I don't need to listen whatever like this. But when I listen and I can hear chalk or something that like I'm going, woo, don't make them listen to this. It's just like I feel so bad for people that are trying to give it a chance, and then when you don't give it a chance, and then you're not educated properly moving forward, it's putting a gun. It was destined not to succeed. It doesn't surprise me because it just doesn't seem like the effort's there where it needs to be.
Let's Go Red Wings. Sparty says, I couldn't even watch the Wings at the bar last night. LOL, I had to go home. Are you kidding? Like they were the national ESPN Plus game. Bar's got to be on the ESPN Plus train, Sam Flannel. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It was I think last night was a pretty sort of that matchup had a lot of sex appeal.
It did.
I mean, you got Edmonton, arguably the two best players in the game, definitely the best player in the game at Detroit. I mean, I tuned in. I was entertained. If we're gonna go down to Edmonton, don't make Warren Foegele score 2 goals. Let McDavid and Draisaitl be.
You know what? McDavid and Draisaitl score goals.
You know where I draw the parallel? College basketball, and we're all waiting on March Madness. We're all waiting till NHL playoffs.
It's interesting you bring that up.
Except, you the specific college basketball fan. But I'm saying on the norm, people aren't picking up watching the college basketball games like they used to in the past or investing in it until it's time to gamble, until March Madness. Same thing with the hockey playoffs. Once the hockey playoffs start, what do we see? Oh, hey, everybody's dialed in because they know the products, right? They know the intensity of the product, and then they put the production behind it. So to me, I think that, would you say there's a down in the viewership for college basketball?
Here's what it is, D-Mac. Here's what I think we've become, because I've actually talked about this on the pregame show with different media people for the Oakland radio broadcast, where as a whole it's down, but the name brands were up. Like when Kansas played Kentucky, viewership was up like 15% on it. This is what we are. Like how we talk about,
only got 5 or 6 Kansas versus Kentucky.
Yeah, and that's what we've become. Like we need the hook, and I blame us for it. And I'll say us because I'm part of us. I'll blame us for it.
I don't blame you. I blame Sam Flannel.
We need the hook, D-Mac.
Yeah.
Like we need to be told what to do. We do. Like we do. We don't just like the NHL. It's got to be Connor McDavid against the Red Wings, or it's got to be Toronto against Sidney Crosby, or Ovechkin against Tampa. Like we have to be told what to do. We don't watch things because we like it. We watch things because that's what we're supposed to do. For real. Like I've never understood that, and I know why. Like, and it goes off the board, right? Like I think it's because we're such a social media society that we become a big event society where Wings, Canucks on a Tuesday night, and you go down to LCA, it's only 3/4 full for Wings Canucks on a Monday night.
Here's a shout out as far as like if you're going by what I've seen at LCA, as far as congratulations, like people are coming out.
Yeah,
people are experiencing it even more so.
As
but
long
yes,
as it's
like
Connor
it was
McDavid, if it's Connor
wasn't like
McDavid,
it was in the past. 20,000 strong every night at Joe Louis Arena.
It's matchup dependent, and that's kind of what we've. Did you guys see the picture, by the way, before we cut to the break? Someone, and I forget what TV station did it, and it was around social media. They did a side-by-side of Jordan's shot against Utah and LeBron's shot last night.
Yeah.
And the crowd. Every single person in the crowd was on their phone, except for Phil Knight.
Except for Phil Knight.
Except
Which
for Phil
was
Knight.
awesome. I saw this Ryan on Fox this morning. Showed it.
And on the other side, it was just people watching it, like locked in.
Living in the moment.
It's got to be a moment.
Yeah.
Or we don't care.
Yeah.
And that's on us, man. Like, that's not on ESPN being woke or any kind of stuff like that.
They stopped the whole game for like 20 minutes.
Which they do that when, something that hasn't happened in 30 years
It was
happens.
like a 2K. Like, it happened to my 2K player when I broke the scoring record. Like, the game shuts down and, like, they bring out the banners and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Spenmo Rax drops
Spencer Raxter on pace for 50,000 points.
Yeah. And then you grab, you're like, I'm him.
Yeah.
I'm him.
Exactly.
You do that.
Oh, yeah.
Planet Fitness is the him of the gym world, the studio sponsor of Woodward Sports, and also home of the judgment-free zone. You work out for just $10 a month. You can upgrade to the black card too. Unlimited guest privileges, unlimited use of the amenities, and access to over 2,000 Planet Fitnesses around the world. I was on there today, D-Mac. I prepaid 10K Friday. I was feeling good when I got in the gym. I was like, you know what? Let's just get the 10K out of the way today.
Nicely
done.
done.
We did it. We prepaid it. And I was happy to be working out in Planet Fitness because I enjoy Planet Fitness. You should too. You can join today in club, pull in. You'll pass a couple on the way home or jump on the computer. Go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Where your fitness is essential.
That was smooth.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say. Come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th, from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party. Well, our super party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet. DJs, the Woodward Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season. Enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Back at it, final segment of the show. Big D Energy, Neal, Rhul, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter et al. Here. Appreciate Sandy rolling by, hanging out in the house today as well. But good show today. It was a lot of fun. I know people were asking about story time with T-Foss. I, nor Spencer, nor Sam Flannel can accurately or realistically recreate, depict, or in any form and fashion inform you as to what that was. My suggestion would be to go to iTunes or the podcast page, listen to the podcast yesterday. It was the final 2 segments of the show, right about 12:42, or the YouTube channel. However you do it, if you're asking about it, you need to go back and hear it.
And
Trust me.
just so you know, Terry will be in the next couple days, so we'll figure out a way to get some more out of him. It's the end of the Super Bowl season.
It is. And like we said, this is my last show of the week. I have a road trip to go on. Just initial thoughts of the Super Bowl. You're welcome for the Get Right, by the way. Sounds like a lot of you. I am kind of nervous. Like, I get those tweets.
Yeah.
That does make me nervous. I'm going to say it like that.
You have a lot of power.
I know, and I didn't realize it was like that,
Yeah.
bro. Dudes were deep in the streets yesterday.
I put 100 on it.
Good for you, Spenmo.
Thank you.
Old Uncle Neal's come through for you this year.
For sure.
Absolutely. Just think of me.
I think the Cardinals was the only one that didn't hit for me.
I'm sorry I can't bat 1,000.
It's all right.
I'm sorry. I am only 34-13 now, right? We were 33-13 yesterday.
Yeah.
34-13. And yesterday was a plus money one, too. Yeah. Ooh. Anyway, Super Bowl.
Had it early.
Yeah, what do you got?
No sweat.
And right now, what do we have? What's the line right now?
Eagles.
-1.5, I think.
Yep, it was 1.5. Where's that total sit? Like 49-ish still? 49.5-ish? Right around there?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of early discussion because I won't get a chance to talk about it. I'm leaning the Eagles in this game. And the reason being, I don't believe in the Chiefs' defense. Now, to be fair, I didn't believe in the Chiefs' defense against the Bengals, and they did the job. Now I remember wanting to look up Chris Jones and what his standing was. D-Mac, what's kind of your early lean? I know you'll probably cement it as we get closer.
Yeah, no, my early lead is I think that it's going to be a 6 to 10 point win for Philadelphia. I just, the rushing attack, the running attack of what Philly's shown, with the dual threat, we saw it firsthand of what Jalen Hurts. Fact that, I don't think he's throwing it. There's something that might be off with that shoulder passing wise, but I think Miles Sanders and between him, the two-headed monster, there's at least two touchdowns between them rushing, and like the way that the offensive line and Kelsey and Johnson, those guys were able to push the Bengals, like the touchdowns that were scored from 13 out, from 12 out, they manhandled them, and no one has proven that they could stop it. I like Chris Jones. I like Guy. I like some of this defense, but I just think pounding the Philly, and then that's not even talking about Jalen Hurts, who I think will probably go off running this game. So right now I'd say, and it's the NFL, so I'll say 1-score game, but Philly by 7.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I am too. It's just I don't have faith in the Chiefs' defense to do it back-to-back times, and they have great individual players. They do. Don't get me wrong. They do. But I never get that feeling of strength from them. They always seem like they're holding on. And you know what the Chiefs do great, Sam Flannel? The Patriots did this incredibly. They flip the game at the end of the second quarter. They always score when they're getting the ball.
Yeah.
Always.
And then get the ball back.
And then get the ball and score, and they flip the game.
Yeah, and many, many times in playoff history with the Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs, the defense has sort of let them down and not played very well. Remember in that game against Houston in the divisional round of the 2019, the Chiefs spotted the Houston Texans a 24-0 lead.
They effed around and almost found out.
I mean, against Josh Allen last year, they allowed 36 points.
Yeah,
so
I just don't get that. And the Eagles, they're more of a Tupac team. How do you want it? Because Hurts can beat you through the air. They can do it defensively. They can hurt you defensively. No one really talks about their secondary. Their defense is elite.
Absolutely. It's elite. Probably the best defensive roster in the NFL. And
no one's talking about that.
It's 17 Pro Bowlers on their team.
And no one's talking about them defensively.
That doesn't happen.
But here's the thing. Just one little thing to think about. Chris Jones is the best defensive player on those two teams.
Yes.
He's a guy that I think can single-handedly wreck a game like he did last week. And a lot of people don't know this. Frank Clark is third all-time in postseason sacks with 13.5. He has played his best in the biggest games because I don't consider him like a superstar defensive end in the regular season. So if they can get to the quarterback, if they can get L'Jarius Sneed back, which I think they didn't miss him too much against Cincinnati, but it'd be better to have him. I think the Chiefs I think the Chiefs will win, and I think the defense will make just enough plays.
They better.
You know what it is?
They better.
We're watching this Philadelphia. In my opinion, this is what our offensive line can become. A little bit more honed in, a little bit more is what. Because I think that's the biggest difference. The best offensive line.
Real quick, Sam Flannel, Clark and Jones next year, final year of their deals. They're combined. It's a massive number what they are combined to get. They are combined $59 million cap hit. Next year.
If that's the case,
is that salary or cap hit?
No, that's cap hit.
Oh,
no time like the present to cash one in. They have a very, very good chance.
They better.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. They better. Appreciate y'all tapping in on the WoodwardSports.com chat there. Big thanks to Eazy of the Heavyweights. Tap into them 5 to 7 with Spencer Raxter as well. For D-Mac, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. My name's Neal Rhul.
Deuces.
Thanks for watching. Big D Energy. Well, see you later.
Tough spot and need to win games.
Patrick Mahomes were to do it this
Better sleep, blow off steam.